show y'all if it lets me. There we go. And the theme for today is Would You Rather? Exciting stuff, I know. Oh. Okay. So pretty much what everyone can participate in this. It's going to be a 1 to 2 minute impromptu speech. I'm going to ask a question, and then you can either do the little hand or just wave or unmute yourself if you want to go, and then I can go ahead and call on you. So we're going to get started. So the first question is, would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door, and why?
I can do this one.
Yeah, you got it.
I definitely would prefer the get out of jail free card. I have, since when I was a child, I always had a fear of jail. I don't know where it came from, but I would joke around with my friends, like, I wouldn't do well in jail. Like, I need to just be a law-abiding citizen because that's just not where I belong. I also feel like a key that opens any door is how I might end up in jail, because the first thing that came to mind was opening a bank vault. And I don't know if having the key would mean that I wouldn't go to jail for that. But yeah, I think a get out of jail free card is awesome. You never know, these things might end up getting in trouble for something. So yeah, I think that's a really useful tool to have to prevent yourself from being in a a situation where your whole life is gone pretty much. But yeah, thanks guys.
Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think I would make it in jail. I would definitely not be able to make it in there. All right, so second question is, would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales, and why? It's a lot of different ways you can go about this, kind of.
I can take this one.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you. So I would rather be covered in fur. And I say that because most animals that are covered in fur are dogs or cats or whatever. And most animals that are covered in scales are fish. And for me, it seems that dogs and cats or animals with fur are way more loved than a fish who sits in a tank and it's just lonely and just swimming for years, literally years. And I don't want to be not loved, you know? I want to be the center of attention. And when my owner comes in, I want to jump into his arms. And I feel like as a fish, I can't do that. I can't jump out the tank into my owner's arms because I'm going to die. And so that is why I would rather be covered in fur. And I would love my life. And if I was covered in scales, I would just have to deal with it because it is what it is. So thank you.
Thank you, Noah. Yeah, that'd be kind of awesome to be a dog. When you think about it, they kind of live rent-free, and we do everything for them. So I feel like that'd be kind of nice. All right, so third question. Would you rather know the history of every object you touched or be able to talk to animals, and why? Also, Tricia, just double checking. Is the chat? Okay, never mind. Wait. Yeah, you are. Okay, cool. I can't see the chat on my screen. So who's feeling this one?
I can go ahead and answer this one.
Yeah, you got it.
So the history of every object or be able to talk to animals. Well, why would I need to know the history of every object I touched? Isn't that the reason why museums exist? Now, granted, not everything that I touch is something so significant that it needs to be documented or saved as a fossil. Can objects even be preserved as fossils? Who knows? So I think personally, I'd rather talk to animals and know the history. And there's a very great reason, because, growing up, I feel like one of the things kids always ask their parents, Mom, Dad, can I get a pet? And I get a pet dog, a pet kitty, a pet reptile. I know someone who had a pet turtle, pet hamsters, guinea pigs, literally any animal that you can try and get as a kid. And so what my parents agreed to was not the dog, because they could mess the fur and we don't have enough space for it to fly free or for us to be able to communicate with it often. But rather, it was an entire farm of ants, hundreds of ants. And as it came into the mail, we had to set up its whole system. It was just this plastic box, and we transferred them over, let them migrate. And I'm thinking like, oh, what do ants like to eat? This is me at 6 years old, and I decided to give them a sandwich. The epitome or the juncture between having my favorite foods of meat and cheese, but also my parents sneaking in those veggies. So I thought, perfect diet for ants. Turns out that's not the greatest. And for like 2, 3, not weeks later, but days later, all 100 or so of them unfortunately died. So with this ability to be able to talk to animals, I could have had a chance to save them, I could have had a chance to save my pet fish too, but later on also died within a week after I got it. So I think personally, in my experience, that ability would be more useful. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Tricia. Yeah, I can't even imagine how many little voices you would be hearing if there was hundreds of ants in like one space. It'd just be like going back and forth with each other. Thank you, Tricia. All right, next question. Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home or an RV as your home? It's really underwater, I guess, whichever one you prefer. Yeah, you got it.
I would rather have an RV as a home. Now, you might be thinking, why an RV? Because tornadoes always hit trailer parks first. It's just a fact, right? So why do I want a home that will blow away? Which my response is, well, hurricanes always hit water, always. But a tornado may not hit exactly where I am and is less likely to sweep. I can run from a tornado, but from a hurricane, I can't really run. So definitely the RV for that reason. The other reason is it's so much easier just to travel over land. I know the Earth is 75% water, but it's still hard to go places with just a boat. If I can't, if I have to walk everywhere, or I don't know, I couldn't live easily off the coast, and the coast can be hot, and I sunburn easily, very easily. I'm like a ghost, so that doesn't sound like a good idea. And if worse comes to worse, I could take my RV and fly it somewhere, get an aircraft carrier, I don't know, something. I could load up the RV and I could just live wherever I wanted. Realistically, though, if I had either one, but especially an RV, I would just stay in one place. I wouldn't go anywhere else because I'd have a job somewhere, and I wouldn't want to move homes all the time. I'm not a huge travel person, so that's another reason too. I feel like it'd be easier. I don't plan on living on the coast the rest of my life, so RV makes more sense. So back to you, Tori.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, I agree with you. I love the RVs. I feel like you could like deck it out too with a bunch of cool lights and things like that. Plus, I also don't know how to sail a sailboat, so there's that. All right, next question. Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone else but yourself, and why? So see other people's stuff or see what's coming for you? Do any of our guests want to take a stab at it? Oh, also just a reminder, word of the day is juncture, which I will pull up the definition because I forgot what it was. A point of time, especially one made critical by a concurrence of circumstances. Juncture. So bonus points if you use that. Anyone feeling it? Preciosa, do you want to take a stab at it?
I think Catherine had a question about it in the chat.
Oh, sorry. The chat is always like, I can't see it on my screen.
Yeah. Yeah. Let Catherine have a stab at it. She was just asking any 10 minutes.
Yeah, you got
Can you
it.
explain how, real quick, Tori, that you have like absolute creative leeway with table topics.
Yeah, absolutely. You take it any direction that you want to take it in. Okay, yeah. If this one's like a little confusing, then you can like do the next one. How about Slate? Do you want to take this one?
I mean, I can, but I hate to do this because I did this one last time.
Oh, you did?
Almost positive, unless I'm making it up and I just remember someone talking about it.
I can take this one.
Thanks, though.
Okay, so would you rather be able to see 10 minutes in your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone else but yourself? And why? So I would like to see, this is a good one. I mean, honestly, I would like to see 10 minutes into my own future. And the reason why I say this is because I usually do things that predict my future. And so if I'm doing something and 10 minutes later, I expect those results, and I found out 10 minutes earlier that I'm going to get those results, I'm going to be happy because I'm going to be able to confirm that I did what I needed to do to get those results. Now, at the same time, if I'm like taking an exam or something, or if I'm doing something where I need results and I'm a little sketchy about it, that's going to be even better for me, because who doesn't want those immediate test results? Like when you take exams on ELC and you get those immediate results, that is way better than having to wait a week for a professor to grade it, or having to wait 10 minutes for a professor to grade it. So I would rather have the results right then and there. And that's why I would prefer to see 10 minutes into my future than 10 minutes into someone else's future. Thank you, Tori.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you for jumping in on that one too. Yeah, I'm waiting on a test score right now, so that goes. All right, next question. Would you rather have unlimited international first class tickets or never have to pay for food at restaurants?
I'll take a stab at this one.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, so I would rather have unlimited international first class tickets. Now, compared to the never have to pay for food at restaurants, well, when you have international first class tickets, those come with first class food, like complimentary first class food. So already I don't have to pay for first class food because it's complimentary and it's included with the experience of traveling wherever you want to go. And traveling in first class, you're traveling in comfort, you are traveling in style, you are traveling with a very high amount of expert customer service. And in addition, you will have complimentary food and you have the experience of getting to travel the world. The world! The actual world is on your fingertips. You can go anywhere you want to, except for North Korea, of course. But you can visit tropical islands, you can visit mountains, you can visit deserts, you can visit anywhere you want to in the world. Unlimited. And so that's why I would rather have unlimited international first class tickets.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, girl, you're thinking outside the box. That's so true. You get free food with your tickets. I didn't even think about that. And it's good food, too. All right. Next question. Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to any song you heard? So you're dancing or singing. It's one or the other.
Let's see, Courtney, I can't hear your audio. You're trying to. Let's try one. Is anyone else hearing anything?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't hear
I heard
it.
an alien.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's slightly there. I think if you moved slightly.
Try restarting your Zoom. It happens sometimes. People's Zooms, and it's turned into an alien with your audio. It's weird.
yeah. It's going in and out. Nope, like that. Nope.
I tried unmuting and muting. I guess unmuting again one more time, and then go ahead, leave, and then rejoin. But still garbling.
Slightly there.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for catching that, Tricia. I didn't even see that she was trying to talk.
I want to offer this one to our guest, Tori.
Yeah, Catherine, do you want to go ahead and take a stab at it? Good.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Much better. Yes.
Really? Yay! Okay, has somebody taken this one?
Nope.
Now you can still hear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so would you rather dance every time you heard music or be forced to sing along to every song you heard? I definitely would go with being forced to sing along to every song you heard. I definitely like some karaoke for sure. And also, I feel like if you were singing along to every song you heard, you would have some pipes like in less than a year. I mean, you would really be able to sing your, butt off. So yeah, I would definitely go with that. I definitely would not want to dance, but I mean, it's kind of the same idea though. I mean, if you had to dance every time you heard music, then yeah, you'd really have some moves. But I feel like that could get a little bit more embarrassing, just like breaking out into dance. Every time any music, somebody's cell phone ringtone goes off in class, and you're having to break out and dance. I feel like singing, you could be like, you could just belt out a little tune, and it'd be nice, and people would be like, oh wow, you're so good. So yeah, I would definitely prefer to sing every time I heard music. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I feel like if you danced every single time, you would be like, I feel like I'd be so like whipped into shape, like it'd just be all muscle. I don't even. But thank you for answering that one. So next question, would you rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town you were born in? Anyone feeling it? Catherine, maybe this one?
I'll go ahead and take it, Tori.
Yeah, you got it.
Good. So would I rather move to a new city or town every week or never be able to leave the city or town I was born in? I would have to go with the first option, move every single week. It would be extremely tough to make connections when I'm moving every single week. But just being trapped in the same town or city for your whole life, unless it was a really good city like, the city, New York City, where it's just a buzz and you could live your whole life there and start a career and maybe a family possibly. I don't see that working out in a lot of places. Most people, they want to advance. They want to go see something in the world. So live somewhere else for just a few years even. Now, on the matter of it being hard to make connections, I could actually take someone with me. So they could be my road buddy, just We go everywhere, move to that new place every week, hit all 50 states, live everywhere, move to after we're done with the United States, live in every single place we could think of. We could move on to the next country, go up north to Canada, go down south to Mexico. So the more I think about it, the more I realize I wouldn't want to be bogged down to one single location. And I only see benefits to moving around every single week. Thanks, Tori.
Thank you, Slate. Yeah, I agree. That'd be kind of fun to have like a little travel buddy and just go to a different place every single week. I mean, imagine all the experiences. That would just be so cool. All right, next question. Would you rather only be able to use a fork, no spoon, or only be able to use a spoon, no fork? For the rest of your life. This isn't like a one and done deal. It's like the rest of your life.
I can do this one.
Yeah, you got it.
I would definitely say a spoon over the fork. I feel like there are certain things you just can't eat with a fork. How are you going to eat soup with a fork? It doesn't work. Or, I don't know, things like that. I think applesauce with a fork, it's impossible. It's not going to work. I can eat a lot of things with a spoon. And what I could do, like, let's say I'm trapped, and I only have the spoons I can use. I could sharpen the end of a spoon, and I could make it, to where it's like a little pointy. So then I could kind of cut things a little bit. I mean, it'd be hard. I'd be, hacking at it, like, just really trying to get it. But eventually I could figure it out and cut my pork chops or my chicken, and then scoop up the little pieces and eat them. The other option, which could happen when I'm 87, if I live that long, Lord willing, anyway, is, you have to puree everything. You can't, solidify everything eat it with a fork. But if really worse comes to worse, I can puree something. I don't want to do that. That sounds disgusting. I don't know what pureed chicken would be like. What would pureed pizza? Well, I guess I can eat that with my hands anyway. But still, just thinking along those lines, it would not be good. So a spoon, I have a flexibility. With fork, I can't turn a fork into a spoon. It's just, I can't. It's no longer a fork at that point. The spoon, you can sharpen. Back to you, Tori.
Thank you, Justin. Yeah, that's very innovative, honestly. I didn't even think that you could probably just sharpen it to make it pointy. I'm thinking like you could probably use chopsticks or something to replace a fork, but you're right, you can't replace a spoon. All right, next question. Would you rather be able to control fire or water?
Can I go?
Yeah, you got it.
So I am a very avid, longtime fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And ever since I was a little girl, up until now, when I am 21 years old, I have always identified the most with the Fire Nation. They have the coolest outfits, and they have the most beautiful culture, and they can control fire. And I always thought that was such a cool thing. You literally control this wonderful element where you can literally light up the sky, and you can literally burn everything. Now, of course, you don't have to use fire to just burn everything. You can also use it very creatively. You can create magnificent displays of like fire art. And also, if you think about it, water can't always put out a fire, especially if the fire is oil-based. You would have to use like the actual chemicals found in the fire extinguisher. So because I love the Fire Nation, and because I think controlling fire is cool, and because not all water can put out a fire, I would rather have the ability to control fire.
Thank you. Yeah, I used to be obsessed with Avatar too. And what was that show called? The Legend of Korra, I think. That was a good one too. I got you. All right, next question. Would you rather live without the internet or live without AC and heating?
I can take this one.
Yeah,
Well, the internet definitely got to go. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not gonna have no more Zoom meetings because I'm not gonna be here, guys. I mean, I love you guys, but I'm gonna need the heat because I can deal without AC, but like I will not freeze at all for anyone. I do not like the cold weather at all. I mean, I can deal with 90, 95 degrees. It's fine with me. But like right now, it's like 69 degrees in my house, and I'm freezing. Like my roommate just keeps it 69 degrees. And I remember last semester, it was actually 64 degrees. It got that low, and I was like, no, enough is enough. Why is there condensation on the windows? And so I couldn't do it anymore. And so, yes, to answer your question, the internet definitely has to go. In fact, I think the internet has to go now. Like, it's getting out of hand with these apps, with TikTok taking my time. The internet has to go, like, honestly. So if it was up to me, the internet would definitely go. And yeah, I would just keep my AC, my heat, my blanket, and my fan. And I'll be living. Thank you so much, Tori. Back to you.
thank you. No, yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I mean, I can't do the cold either. It's just not my thing. Especially it sucks when like I go skiing or something like that. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
So we can make that the last one if that's okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we have plenty of time.
How do I unshare my screen again? Oh, there we go. Cool. Thank you for keeping me on time. All right, so Tricia just went ahead and put in the chat box everybody's table topics speeches. And Tricia, was everyone in time? It looks like everyone was.
I think the closest we got was with my table topics. I was close to reaching the 30-second time limit after. And then Noah's first table topics was 50 seconds. So it's within that like 15-second grace period before hitting the minimum. But he did go a second time, so that canceled.
Cool. So we're just gonna put everyone as in time, and then go ahead and send your votes also to Noah for best table topic speech. So I'll give about 20 seconds to do that right now.
And a reminder, everyone can vote for that, guests and non-members. As well as vote for your first and second, right now.
Oh, yes, first and second. Sorry about that. All right, I think that's enough time. So get your votes in. And our third section of the meeting is coming up, which is evaluations. So I'm going to call up the general evaluator to the stage, and he's going to give a description of kind of what it is, and then go into evaluations for the speeches. So Justin,